Hey, so look, why did you join Fitness Goals Swim Squads?
Well, I joined them because I had feedback that they were the best available in the Wellington region. That's right. And I did my homework before joining because I am also in an Auckland club and I needed to have a club that's good in the Wellington region.
Right. So you're from Auckland, so tell us why you're down here in Wellington.
Well, I'm down here in Wellington on business. I have a company that is located down here, so I fly down every week, and I need to keep fit because I, from time to time, do triathlons.
It does me, stay still. That's great. What about your background then, Brad? I mean, obviously you've done quite a few triathlons in the past. Tell us about how long have you been doing triathlon for?
Well, I started doing triathlons before there was triathlons. I started doing triathlons when they first started, when there was no profile bars and there was no wetsuits. So I've been doing it for, when did it start? Well, I've been doing it for 30 odd years, maybe a bit longer.
Right. And I believe, having talked to you recently, that your first Ironman was it 87 or 86? Or 85?
It was the first ever DB Ironman.
1985?
Yeah, 85. I did 85.
And you did it the year I did it in 87, was that right?
Yes, I did.
But we didn't know each other.
No.
Now, I understand you've got a twin brother, an identical twin brother.
Yes.
Is it possible that you shared that Ironman? Because the result was quite good.
Well, it could have been. It could have been, yeah. I can't remember, actually. But he did quite a few Ironmans. He went to Hawaii and he trained a lot more. He was professional. I was amateur.
Right. Just joking about that, of course. But so you've been doing triathlons for 30 years. What sort of triathlons are you doing at the moment?
Well, the last one I did was Noosa, which was 2 years ago. It might have been 3 years now. And yeah, so I do Noosa and I do the odd New Zealand one in Auckland. That's all I do. I don't make a big effort. I keep fit and I can sort of just peak for 6 weeks before a race, or maybe 12. Do 12 weeks training and peak for it, but I keep fit all the time, swimming, biking, running, if I'm not injured.
You are fit indeed. Brad swims in our lane 3 at the Huia night squad, and does get injured occasionally. Sometimes there's a lot of bad luck involved in those injuries. I do recall the time you went out running just prior to your big event with the Sarah Gardner, which might have been a slight mistake given that she's half your age and twice your speed. What happened there?
Well, I'm prone to calf and hamstring injuries, and I was doing speed work and I needed speed work, and Sarah was my secret weapon. However, due to all the hard biking I've been doing, my glutes and hammies were tight, and I went for a training run with Sarah. We were going to do 1k reps, and unfortunately we warmed up and I was keener in the warm-up than she was, and I pulled my hamstring in the warm-up.
Dear, look, you know, we laugh about it, but actually what I admire about you is you always come back. You get an injury, you come back, you keep going. I suppose that's why you've been in the sport for 30 years, and a lot of our young guys probably could learn from that. They often get very dismayed when they get an injury and feel like giving up. What advice would you give to them in those situations?
Well, I have a motto these days. It's called less is more. So too many guys overtrain. It's better to have the rest and do the quality. You can never do your slow enough, and you can never do your fast enough. So when you're doing your slow, do your slow so you've got the energy to do the intensity. When you're doing the intensity, because you've got to do it at high intensity if you're going to get faster. So
is that intensity what we're seeing on Tuesday nights when you come to Huia Squad?
Sometimes, not all the time, no.
One other injury you had recently, which was a high risk one, you had a bike accident, dislocated your shoulder.
Yes, that's correct.
Yes,
a car hit me from behind and I dislocated my shoulder, yes.
When did you find out that it was dislocated?
Well, 9 days after the dislocation, because it was wrongly assessed at the hospital, so that was quite painful.
So you had a dislocated shoulder for 9 days?
Oh, that is correct, yes.
That is painful, I can tell you, speaking from the horse's mouth there, how painful a dislocated shoulder can be. So you are the mucho respect for that, mate, on the Ironman. That is better than an Ironman, I tell you. Listen, one other thing, do you have any other final advice for people? For young triathletes, beginners, newbies?
Oh, okay, well in swimming, get your style right before you do the miles. So make sure you've got the stroke correct before you start putting the miles in, because if you put the miles in and practice the wrong stroke, then you're going nowhere, and it's hard to correct if you've done too many miles on it. That's one. 2, when you're doing the running, make sure you warm up. That's really all my advice is, because I guess it's around my injury proneness that I make those recommendations.
You don't look like a day over 30 though.
I'm 32.
Yeah, thank you.